Alright, I guess we're up and running. Guys, I'm sorry, there's a whole lot of YouTube that I'm not used to because things went a certain way years ago when I did the airsoft thing. My name is Keith Taylor, and some of you on my channel may know me as the Jedi 270 when I did a whole lot of airsoft stuff. But what we're talking about today, I've already shot this video once, and I'm redoing it because I have to figure out how to transfer it over, but we're going to do it again anyway. So what I do for the past, oh goodness, 37, 38 years is paint, build props, build dioramas, all kinds of neat stuff. And I created ArkhamEFX. I have done things to my credit, and I know how YouTube is, but Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who plays Negan, there was a convention that he was going to be at, and I was commissioned to do a Lucille bat to present to him, which I did and sent. Now, I wasn't there, so I don't know if it was actually given to him, but I was told that it was. I really get into doing a lot of this stuff, and this channel you're not going to find a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Intros and fancy music, and I'm just, you know what, I don't have time for that because I'm in the shop doing this, okay? That's what I do. So I started looking at different ways to find different helmets that I could look at different makers and different things. Because over the past 30 some odd years, I have gotten into certain techniques and certain materials that I prefer. I know how they turn out. I know how it looks. I've just gotten into the 3D prints. This is a printed armor helmet that I've done. I did not print this. A buddy of mine did. I did the cleanup and the finishing. And I've done a lot with the Hasbro Black Series line. So then I'm on YouTube one night, and I see XCoser. So I go and I look them up, and I find they're on Amazon, and I looked at a lot of the Amazon reviews. So I contacted them, talked to a wonderful young lady named Sharon. I have to tell you that every communication I've had with this company has been absolutely beautiful. She's a great person, they're good people, and they work very hard. And I said, hey, I really would like to take a look at one of your helmets to see how it would fit into my shop as something that I would possibly purchase, redo, and resell, or maybe do something with you. They said, hey, let's just do the review thing. The decision was made last week, and it arrived today. So let's open the box, see what it comes with. This is one of the new ones. You're going to find a lot on YouTube of like Commander Cody and the Stormtrooper and Scout Trooper, but this is a new one. If you go over to their website, they've got a bunch of them, Wolf and so far. But as far as this one is Commander Thorn. Commander Thorn is one of the military police commanders from Coruscant. His unit does dignitary protection, sort of like the Secret Service. He died on a mission taking Amidala to Scipio. So, and he was a Clone Wars, and not in any of the movies, but the Clone Wars series. Now this box came in a bigger box, which is sitting down here, and again, I'm sorry. First, let's see what it comes with. It'll come with, all of them come with this baklava to go over your head, if I'm pronouncing that right. No, baklava is a dessert, baklava. Getting old. It also comes with the antenna that goes on the side of the helmet. Everything you get is well packaged. We're going to get deep into this helmet, and we're going to talk about some of the negative things that I've heard, and we're going to try to put a little bit of experience to reviews. I never knock anybody on their reviews. They believe in what they believe in, but I want to set the record straight with this company. I really do. And believe me, if they sent me junk, I would have said it was junk. Here we have Commander Thorn. Okay, it has a block of styrofoam in the bottom and 4 corners. This is the Commander Thorn. Now, what a lot of people have said in the Amazon reviews. Let's get this out of the way real quick in a hurry. Especially like on the Scout Trooper, they'd say, well, this design over here, you know, the little circle thing on the cheek, that's molded in and it's supposed to be a sticker. No, it's not supposed to be a sticker. They'll say these are molded in and they're supposed to be a sticker. No. The sticker is because somebody's mass producing something and they're doing it the wrong way. These are vents on the Clone Trooper helmets, the Stormtrooper helmets. They are supposed to be molded in. You're supposed to be able to feel them. Any of the designs on the side, like on the Scout Trooper, they're molded in. They're supposed to be. That's the way they were designed. And the helmets on the show were molded in. They weren't stickers. So this company's giving you molded in. Now, another problem people had with XCoser was because of the logo on the back. And some of the helmets have a bigger logo, but they are impressed into the mold. Now, this resin is probably about that thick, almost like a little more than 1/8 of an inch thick. It's thick stuff. So a lot of people say, well, if we sand that down, you don't have to sand it down. It's not raised, it's indented. So what they did, while still keeping their name on their product, which I think they should anyway, you'll notice that that's nowhere to be seen. It's hidden right there. Get my glasses on so I can see. See how tiny that is? And it's up underneath the ledge. That's indented, not sticking out. So if you want to and you want to be a part of the 501st, they don't want that on there. You have to take it off. I can see where XCoser wants it there. It's their product and they want those props. The props. But you can fill that, lightly sand it and paint it, and you're straight. You're good to go. One of the only other things I can think of that they want at 501st is your voice changer. And most of the Black Series helmets are now being accepted. The ones with the voice changer, they don't want you using that. They recommend you get the one from Amazon, which you can actually hear, because the one that comes in the Black Series, I'm sorry, Hasbro, it's garbage, okay? I love doing your helmets, Hasbro, but they're garbage. That's why I'm looking into XCoser. Now, inside, this is the cool part. Anybody that does props will tell you sewing in this liner, that's an expensive endeavor. That costs money. You have to have the materials, you got to have the people that know the cut, and you got to have people that know how to sew that. That's not easily done. So this is a very nice thing. Now, unlike Black Series, which has the molded in details, they're molded in black, and you still have to paint them. Let's look at one. This is a Death Watch by Hasbro Black Series that I have redone. This is what I do at ArkhamEFX. This is what I offer. Realistic weathering. The right weathering. I mean, when I do this, I take in consideration the different phases of rust and damage. Every phase of nature in this damage is in this helmet. I see something new every day that I didn't even know was there, and I did it. But if you look on the inside, all this is painted. I painted all of this. That's part of what I offer in the upgrade service. But the thing of it is, this takes up a lot of space. And they have up in here, you see this little headband? My head is too big for that. That hurts. That hurts a lot of people. I would rather pay the extra money for something that's thicker, heavier, more solid, like that XCoser helmet, and that already has the padding, that I don't have to take this out and buy more padding, then sacrifice this. We are in a world of 3D printing where we can do this stuff ourselves now. There's plenty of room for that in here. But the cool thing is, if you're going to troop around in this, well, excuse me, you might want to stick a fan up in here. There's a little room for that. There's a lot of places where you can mod it. But your voice changer, the wires go down in behind your armor, and you just got a headset. There's plenty of room for that. So even when you're wearing a Black Series helmet and you're trooping in it and you're cosplaying in it, it wobbles on your head. We're going to put this on. This doesn't wobble at all. I can do quick moves. The helmet moves with my head. This is a very well done helmet. Now, another thing that guys gripe and complain about, they say, oh, the paint job is substandard. If you look up here, you don't have a lot of straight, crisp lines. I'm going to explain that to you. Do you think that when the 501st repainted their helmets to look like Ahsoka Tano's head patterns, that they sent them in and Palpatine says, sure, send them in, I shall make it for a Jedi? No, he doesn't care. They're in a war. In World War I, soldiers did what was called trench armor. Fighter pilots, they didn't get those jackets issued to them. They got the jackets issued, but they put their own teams and squadrons and had them painted on the back of their jackets. They had those done by somebody else. These soldiers in the Clone Wars are in the middle of a war. When they do this paint work, they're doing it by hand in probably a really crappy place and a bad environment. XCoser, even if their lines aren't completely crisp, and if you want them crisp, if you're that retentive, you can do it yourself. It's not a big deal. But they give you that, and that is exactly, if you were in a real situation with this real cat in a trench and he's dying, take my helmet, remember me. This is what you would get. That's what you would get. So people are knocking them for doing the perfect replica versus perfection in paint lines. If you want that, you can. This is a great helmet to do it in. I see nothing wrong with this helmet. I'm going to weather this helmet. I'm working with XCoser now to see if they want to provide different characters and different amounts of these helmets so that I can put them on my booth at the next con. I can sell them directly for XCoser, or I can sell them and put, do my artwork on them for people, however they want them. But I'm telling you, it's a great helmet. Now here's another thing. The Cody helmet came with an antenna. And if you look at a lot of them, they say you have to screw that antenna in. Putting a metal screw into cast resin is not good. It will hold, but it's not going to last forever. You're going to have to Loctite it or something like that into place. Because metal into resin, eventually it will wear. So what you want to do, this one has the 3M tape on 3 sides. The side of the helmet on the back that has the hole is almost like a pressure fit. So when this goes in, it's going nowhere, and you don't have to worry about that metal screw screwing it up, breaking the resin mold, or breaking the resin cast, and destroying your helmet. Now, I've used this 3M tape in a lot of places. I purchased for this helmet a skull car emblem, and then I did some alginate, and I molded them out of cast resin. That's that skull right there. That's cast resin. That's 3M tape that's holding it down to the helmet. If you tried to pull that off, you'd have to get something metal to pry it off, and it's going to take it down to the plastic. It's probably going to break the plastic underneath it. This is one of my own Mandalorian characters. It's a long history of the Brotherhood. This is the second in command. They call him the Reckless, and the father, who is the leader, calls him the Lucky. Lightsaber scarring, everything else. This guy does not care about a ding-dang thing. This antenna's been added. This tack light's been put in where the toy plastic one is really, really weak, like a birthday candle that Hasbro gives you. But they pay you more. They charge you more money for. Okay, don't get it wrong. You're paying extra for that. But I mounted a real one because I thought it needed it. That's 500 lumens. Okay, so we got that out of the way. If you wanted to do this your own way and put a light on it, you could. You could mount it right up here like Cody's light is. Now, the only drawback to this helmet, you don't want to leave it in the car. You don't want to leave one of these in the car because excessive heat is not going to be good for these. Some people have said that they've gotten these in, they've been slightly warped. My communication with Sharon at XCoser, like I said, has been absolutely wonderful. I know that if you received a helmet that was warped, and that can happen, it probably didn't leave the factory that way. It's probably due to being in hot weather, inside a Connex, on a boat, headed to the United States, or where it was stored by the company that sold it to you. But I am pretty sure, I don't know for sure, but I am pretty sure that if you get a damaged part and you send it back to XCoser, they will make it right and send you a good one. No questions asked. These are good people. So this is a 3D printed armorer helmet. This was printed by a buddy of mine named Paul in North Carolina at 0.1, okay, which is very, very refined. This helmet has absolutely no padding inside. See how it moves? Now let me show you how the XCoser's padding. This is quality stuff in here. If it was bad, I would tell you it was bad. Like I said, just look at my airsoft videos. I don't hold back. Now, Black Series, you have to turn it like this. See how it turns completely with my head? There's no shaking, there's no wobbling around. The visor is clear as a bell. There's no blur. Some of the guys say that the visors are completely flimsy. That's not flimsy. It's hard as a rock. Okay, so I don't have to replace that visor. I do have to tape it up if I do any painting, but I don't have to replace it. And to me, that's a plus, because some of the visors material that I buy, some of them can go as high as 20 bucks. And I have to cut them, then I have to epoxy them in, then I have to remove stuff. Everything about this helmet I've seen so far means, okay, number one, can you wear it on the floor at a con with your cosplay? Absolutely. Can you get it to pass 501st standards? Yes, you can, if you follow their standards. Are you paying for useless features that do absolutely nothing? This thing right here. When you put it down, you can't even see it through the visor anyway. It's just an extra cost, and it shouldn't be there, in my opinion. Or you could 3D print, and this is a 113.5 hour print. Then you got the cleanup of the PLA lines. You got all that other work. With this helmet, you don't have that. This is hard cast resin. It's about 2 pounds. The inside is wonderful. The only thing you have to do is, get in touch with your inner artist, do a little bit of this and that and weathering, and it's a perfect helmet. If you want to take it out of the box and hang it on the wall in your collection room, it's perfect for that too. I just knew in my heart of hearts when I got this XCoser helmet, I was going to find something to not like about it. And after 30 some odd years of doing this work, I can't find any fault with it. None whatsoever. Because I'm looking at it as the lines, I'm like, oh man, that looks so hand painted by the trooper. That's what I think. I didn't think in my head, oh man, a kid painted that. It's all in how you look at it. The only thing that I see the longer I look is, I want to ask Sharon if they want to look at that mold. Right here, the mohawk seems a little bit taller here than it does here, and it makes it look like it's a little bit, but this can be handled with a palm sander, and you can just take it flat, sand that down and eyeball it, sand it down and eyeball it, and that's gone, especially if you're going to paint and weather it anyway. I could paint this helmet and make it look just as stellar as this one, and yes, I believe these helmets are stellar. I could do this in less than 4 hours. So when we have the convention on September 30th, if XCoser sends me some helmets to sell and I can sell my service also at the same time, then great. I think it's awesome. We can figure out a way to make sure XCoser gets their money. They can set up a special sale page just for the event, and you can go in and do your PayPal and pay for it right there at the table, and then you can turn around and PayPal me my fee for doing what I do. And at this event, I am doing a cut rate on my normal commission prices for this event only. And I'm telling you, like I said, after all these years, I find absolutely nothing wrong with this helmet. It's beautiful for display. It's beautiful for just trooping around. If you're not with any of the gatekeeping clubs, most people will look at this helmet if you're walking on the floor and you do your armor and everything else. They're going to be like, dude, how did you get Thorn? So awesome. They may say, are you Adam Savage? I mean, it's a great piece. Adam, if you happen to see this video, bro, you're a lot like I am with the making part. This is a upgrading and weathering, beautiful, lovely blank canvas. I think you'll love this company. I highly suggest you pick one up. And wow, you too, Norm. You need to get one too. Guys, it's absolutely wonderful. I hope that I have just made XCoser happy with some of the stuff that I say. And because I can't say anything bad about this helmet. I can't find anything wrong with it. Nothing. And it will weather like you will not believe. And not everybody has a Thorn helmet. If you see this helmet, you're going to find it on Etsy. You're going to find out that it's been 3D printed like my Armorer helmet. It's not going to be resin cast unless someone bought one from XCoser, made an alginate mold, and casted their own, which is just wrong for them to do. But you don't see anything like this coming out of Black Series, and you won't for many, 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 many years. So this is a great piece. They've also got Commander Wolf. I so want that one. I want the Cody Phase 2. I want that one. I'm not a Phase 1 guy. I'm sure it's just as stellar quality as this. I've never liked the Phase 1 design. Just as much as I don't like the new movies designs with that. I don't like what they did with the Trooper armor. It looks puffy. There's no lines to it. And that's just me. I don't like it. But these helmets... you can't go wrong. And I think this one on Amazon is like $159.99. So you got to think, oh, but Keith, it doesn't have the interior. Why do you want it? It's hard. Nobody ever sees it. And if you take it off, say, yo, look, dude, the inside looks like, they're like, oh, yeah, it's a Black Series. Seen it, been there, done that. I paint the insides to make them look a little bit better. I've been known to put multicolored wires and run wiring through there and electronics to make them look even better, like I did with that tag light. But if you're looking for a helmet just to troop around in, it's a great helmet. It's a solid helmet. It's going to be a lot of fun to play with this thing. Then XCoser's the way to go. Take a chance. You can get the Bad Batch, you can get the Wrecker, the Hunter, the Commander Bly, the Commander Greed, Commander Cody, Commander Thorn, Commander Fox. They're on there. And you can pick up all these helmets and then just do what you want with them. So, that being said, guys, I gotta say, sitting there watching the YouTube thing and doing all this research, because that's what us makers do, I can't find a thing wrong with it. Matter of fact, I am in love with this helmet. I am literally in love with this helmet. I wish there was some bad stuff. I guess I did find that right there. It doesn't look too great. But that's easily fixed because I'm going to be sanding on this and doing different stuff anyway. Stellar helmet. Get yourself one. XCoser, thank you very much for giving me and my company, ArkhamEFX, the opportunity to do this for you. And I hope, Sharon, if you watch this, thank you so very much for your kind emails and conversations. I got to tell you, I would love to tour your factory. I really would, because you guys are putting out something that collectors need to have. And so often we're hamstrung with Black Series, which is getting better, that we have to go and do a more expensive 3D print with a lot more work. These are a heck of a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun doing this one. Or we have to start making our own alginate molds and pouring our own resin. But you guys are doing an incredible job. Keep up the hard work. And I hope to hear from you soon. Hopefully we can get something going with NerdFest 2023. And we can start giving these collectors what they want. A higher quality at a medium or reasonable price with not a bunch of useless crap. Thank you guys for watching. God bless you all, and have a wonderful day. From me, Keith Taylor, and my sons, and everyone that works behind the scenes with ArkhamEFX. Thank you very much. I can't turn you off. I can't turn you off. Wait a minute. I'm worse than Adam. I got to get my glasses. Wait a minute. Let me do an Adam Savage. My hair looks awful. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day. May the force be with you. Contact us at ArkhamEFX. Go over to XCoser. Check them out. Don't believe everything you read on Amazon, guys, because a lot of these things are just opinions, and they're coming from a lot of people that have absolutely no experience working with this stuff. Tune in to me. Subscribe to me. I'll figure out how to get these done without having to do them live, but stay by. We're going to get after it.